What's up, guys? Happy Tuesday morning. As you can see, I'm sitting here in the RV. The kids are out of here, so I don't have any distractions during this video. I just got done with 10 rounds lower workout, and my legs are on fire. So I have a quick message. I have a lot of thoughts, no real structure to what I want to talk to you guys about today, but I've been thinking a lot, and it has a lot to do with first Mother's Day coming up on this Sunday, as well as the funeral of one of my best friends and my cousin, which is like my little brother, last week. And I just have some thoughts that I want to share with you guys. First and foremost, the first thing I want to talk about is exposure. I have great parents. Like, a lot of the success that you've seen in what we do as health and fitness coaches and all of that stuff has to come with the principles that my parents have taught me, of just being a good human, of working hard and following through with what you say you're going to do, and being that person that goes above and beyond in the workplace. That was taught to me by my parents from when I was little. And so I'm grateful for them teaching me those traits throughout my life. One of the other big things, as I was thinking about Mother's Day and thinking about my mom and thinking about my father, is that in my life, I've never really felt pressured by them to get a certain degree or to accomplish a certain amount of anything financial. Their expectations of me have been based upon living a life of high standards, of integrity, of being and raising a good family. And so, for example, when I dropped out of college, I didn't feel any resentment or anything like that from my parents. I felt love from them. When I decided to go off to a technical school to be a dental lab technician, and just take off and leave to another state, I didn't feel any sort of, well, why would you do that instead of get a real degree? So throughout my life, I am so grateful that I didn't have those type of expectations put upon me. So that's the first thing that I was thinking about. I'm extremely grateful for my parents for raising me to be the person that I am and loving me despite all of the challenges that I may have put them through in my life, all the setbacks and trials and the things that I've done and gone through in my life, that they have loved me unconditionally. The next thing that I want to talk about is I was really thinking about that, and then as I was thinking about my parents, I was thinking about myself as a parent. But first, as we talk about exposure, what I want to talk about is I remember as I, if you guys don't know me, 9 years ago, I was working 12 hours a day in a steel factory doing like 3 people's jobs there. And I was working every Saturday as well. My wife would go to work at night, so I'd raise the kids by myself in the day. Or she would raise the kids by herself in the day, I would raise the kids by myself at night. And we lived that life, and that's what we knew. That's what to have the beautiful home that we have, that we currently live in, we had to work those type of hours. And I thought that was normal. I thought that was what life was like, because that's what I was exposed to. That's the people I was around, is they worked so many hours and took every overtime shift, and so I was that person as well. What I mean by exposure is, as I came into the Team Beachbody community, I didn't like, what happened to me was not expected, not what I thought was part of the deal. But I was exposed to people that were living life at a higher level. I remember, my coach set a standard for me. You want to help 5 people every single month. So I did that, and I earned a free trip for 2 to Atlantis for my wife, Gabby, and I. And that was incredible. I've never been awarded at a job like a free trip for 2 like that. So I was like, wow, this is like, I didn't know people lived like this. I didn't know companies did that for people. So that was the first thing. And then as I got to this resort in Atlantis, there was like an opening reception. And there was all of these coaches and people that I didn't know, except for my own coach, and people that I looked up to and aspired to achieve things similar to what they'd achieved. And they had like servers coming around with all these hors d'oeuvres and this music, and people dressed up fancy. And I was like, I didn't know people actually lived like this. Like, this is like a work function. And so that exposed me at another level. The other thing that happened there is I got invited to go to dinner with people that weren't even a part of my team. If you're not a part of Team Beachbody, you're a part of a team. Someone brings you onto this business and they mentor you and teach you. Anyhow, I went to dinner with some other people, and it was expensive. Gabby and I still were struggling financially. We'd only earned about $10,800, which I was extremely grateful for in my entire first year of coaching. And then we had to buy flights out into the Caribbean, and the food was expensive. It wasn't an all-inclusive resort. And so we go out to eat, and I remember there was a coach on another team that invited us to come, and there was about 12, 14 people there. And our meal is expensive. It was like 80 bucks. And Gabby and I have never spent that much on a meal in our entire lives. And so we're like thinking like, oh my gosh, like how are we ever going to pay for this? Like how are we going to pay for this? We only brought so much money. And we didn't have credit cards at the time. The bill came, and this guy, this leader inside of our company, which is not a part of our team, paid for everybody's meal at that table. And I was just like, wow, this is incredible. Like I was exposed to a new level of living, of not worrying about only how to take care of yourself, but that you could provide for other people. And I have multiple experiences like that throughout my career. And so that's really what this has done for me. And I've been able to pay that forward to other people. I remember inviting Tate Cox. You're going to hear a lot about him. He's our top growing male coach on our team. And he's done exactly in his first 16 months as a coach what we did in our first 16 months. And anyhow, we invited him on a ski trip to Big Sky, Montana, where we rented this beautiful house. We split the cost between 5 couples, and I invited him for being my hardest working coach last year. And I just remember him sitting there with his wife saying like, man, this is unreal. Like living life like this, getting ski lessons and staying in this beautiful cabin on the hill. And so he was exposed to that. So exposure is something I want you to think about. Be around people that are living life at a higher level, and you're going to realize that you can do more with your life. The second thing that I was thinking about, jumping back to my parents, is I know this video is getting a little long, but I have all of these thoughts on my mind and I want to share them with you. I was thinking about like one day I just picture myself sitting on the porch in a rocking chair with my wife, and my hair's all gray, if I have any hair at all. And we're rocking, and all of our kids, our 5 kids come, and the grandkids, and we're sitting on the porch. And I was thinking about them saying like, Dad, you know, I'm so grateful that you accomplished so much. You've spoken in front of crowds of 10,000 plus people. You've written books. You've become this person that runs an incredible business and built all of this incredible wealth. But you weren't really a good father. Guys, I think about that all of the time. And I don't want that to happen at the end of my life. So I think about that. And one thing about chasing wealth and accolades and positions and titles inside of a company is that it's never ending. And if you're always pursuing that, you're going to be chasing something that you can never really grasp and never truly be happy. So my goal, what I want to grow inside of myself and teach my kids, is I want to teach my children to be respectful, hardworking, compassionate, full of empathy, humans that obey God's laws, who love other people unconditionally, that yes, work hard and pursue and follow their dreams and passions, but that I am a father, that I sit down and I listen. I put them before some urgent call that one of my business partners needs or one of my customers needs, that I put my family first, that I put God first, I put my family second, and that business comes third, and that I'm known to them when we're sitting on that rocking chair in the future with no hair, if any, and they say, Dad, you were a great example of fatherhood. You were a great example of love and the type of person that I am, and I am so grateful for you. As they sit there with my kids, with their grandkids, that they're raising these incredible families through my example. That it's not the companies that we've built or the businesses that we've built or even the lives that we've impacted outside, that it's that matters. So I want you to really, the point of this video, I know it's long, is I want you to sit down and really think about the end of your life and what you want to be known for. What's the legacy that you want to live and that you want to leave behind for your kids and your grandkids? And we have a quote hanging up in our bathroom that says, the greatest contribution to the kingdom of God into this world that you can leave behind is the children that you raise. And I'm going to challenge you fathers and you mothers to step up in that role together with me. Have an incredible day, and I hope you guys are feeling awesome. If this video helps you in any way, please share it with somebody else. My job and my mission is to empower you to continually develop into your fullest potential. See you guys later. Peace.